All right, back from the junk store. Thank you. All right, oh, save that one. Here's my haul for the day. Spent too much at the store today, but I keep going back and forth, and I just decided I'm just going to buy a bunch of capacitors just so I have them. So I bought a bunch of values that I think I'll be able to use. And I bought some more of those toroids. So these toroids I really like. Yeah, the same ones. So I bought 8 more of those, 25 cents each. So they worked out good, so I'm just going to keep a pile of those. And then I noticed they had some little ones. They had some little ones that are yellow. These are yellow and gray. These are yellow and white. So, but they're tiny. So I can use smaller wire on those. That'd be interesting to see if I can make similar filters just at a lower power level. So got a bunch of those. And then they had some blue ones, and I don't know what the blue ones are, so I just got them. I think those were 10 cents each. So yeah, got a bunch of those. And then I needed just some capacitors for the filter designs. I got some mica capacitors. The mica capacitors were, I think, 20 cents each for small values, and the larger values were 40 cents each. Micas are nice. And then I noticed they had a whole bunch of ceramics of the same values, and these are higher voltages. I think these are all good for a kV. So I don't know if in filter designs it really matters. I don't think it does. So like here's 220 microfarads, 220 picofarads at a kilovolt. So I don't think there's going to be really any difference in, see here, so these are equivalent. This is a 200 picofarad, and this is a 220 picofarad, right? So doesn't really matter in filter design which one you use. I just don't know. So these were, like I said, these were 20 cents, and these were anywhere from 2 cents to 5 cents, depending on whether they had a lot of them or not. So junk stores, if they have a lot of them, they'll mark them down to like 2 cents. But if they don't have many of them, then maybe they're 5 cents. But they're still super, super, super cheap. So I got a ton of those. And then I noticed that most of my capacitors were like 10 volt and 10, 16, 25 volt range. And I've been building circuits that required 50 volts. And I had some 63 volt capacitors, but I didn't have many of them. So I figured I would get some higher voltage capacitors. And so I got these. These are 100 microfarads at 50 volts. So that's a nice value. Nice big one. This one is 33 microfarads at 100 volts. So that's really handy. And nice and small package too. I like this one. So I could have used, well, 100 volts wasn't quite enough. But anyway, 100 volts for that one. And then I got these little guys here. These little guys I liked. These little guys I think were something like, I think these were like 2 cents each, 3 cents each. And they are 10 microfarads, but they're 50 volt. And they're Nichicon. So yeah, so these are super, super good brand. I only pick up the good brand ones. Yeah, these are Nichicon as well. Nichicon. These big ones here are, I don't know if this is, whose brand is these? Yeah, I'm not familiar with this brand, BP. Anyway, and these are 47 microfarads at 50 volts. So that's a nice value too. And these look like Nichicon. Anyway, yeah. So fun things to try and play with. Like I said, maybe I'll try to build a really small version of that 40 meter filter. And I wanted some more of these, just because I could show them on my channel. These are those TL 431s, those voltage regulators, 2.5 volt voltage regulators. So I got a couple of those. I think those were 15 cents or something. Okay, so that was about 20 bucks worth of capacitors. And Then, I should never go to the store, right? No, I should. But I saw something on the shelf that I just had to have. And it was this, and it was $20, and I was like, $20. Oh, anyway, I want to keep them in business. So I want to throw money their way. So it's in the bag. So hopefully it's a brand new unit. Take a look at it here. Might just be in the bag. No, it looks like a new unit. Maybe. It's got some dents in it just from being banged around. But this is cool. I like the. So zoom in on this one. It looks like it has a vacuum fluorescent dot matrix display, which looks super, super cool. And then it's got all these buttons. And it's just a front panel. It's got a buzzer, and then it's just got, just a couple connections on the back. So very little connections. So I don't know if it's a serial interface or whatever. It says operator display and keyboard. Livermore, California is very close to here. It's just over the hill. Mass transit products. The Luminator. So it looks like it's in a bus or something. Menu select text route. Destination A, destination B. It's either in a truck or a bus or something. So yeah, let's see if I got taken or whether it's a cool thing. Let's open it up here. I think it's just two screws. Let me get something out to put that in. So $20. Oh well, we'll see. It would make a great display for some projects I have in mind. So I'm hoping it will be good inside. All right, there we go. Just a stamped aluminum thing. Let's take a look in here. Serial number, illuminator. Looks like there's a little 3-terminal regulator or something that pushes against the case for a heatsink. I can't tell yet. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. Uh-oh. That's not turning right. I guess it's okay. Gosh, getting a workout here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, lovely. Well, you can see that it's got this lovely vacuum fluorescent display on it, and it just looks like a normal connector on it, so it's just a normal interface. So that's great. And it does have some ICs underneath. Let's see here, let's turn it around so the writing's the right way around. There's a prom here, so it must be a micro here. Let me get out the... It is an ADC32, old school, 1980. Let's look for some other date codes here. Can't tell on that one. Everything else is underneath. No, is there a date on here? I didn't really look. Date. 1996. So it is fairly vintage, but this looks brand new. This looks like old stock. There's a 1 amp fuse here. There's some inductors on the power supply. So here's where the power comes in. And this looks like, it says 5 volts across these two. And these two here, well, they might be data. These look like power and ground here. 5 volts. Oh, this looks like just a feed through. This doesn't look like it does anything. It just looks like these are wired to that and don't go anywhere else. So it might just be so it knows it's plugged in. And this is the buzzer here. So I got to figure out what, yeah, oh, here we go. Yeah, so this is the plus side because it goes to this fuse, and then it goes inside. And this is microprocessor, so it's got to be 5 volts. In fact, there's a 5 volt thing here. This is the 3-terminal regulator, so that probably says that the incoming voltage needs to be greater than 5 volts, and then it generates its own 5 volts. So, all right, let's be brave. We'll bring in 5 volts original, just in case. Then we'll bump it up to about 7 volts to take care of the regulator. It should not do much on 5 volts. We'll do 5.1, that's safe. All right, let's put it here. I'm just going to hold it on. And I'm getting 0.3 amps. That seems reasonable for this vintage. So let me pop it up to 7 volts to see if we can get through that regulator and see if the thing turns on. And let me monitor the 5 volts, so we are getting really 5 volts. There's a test thing here, 5 volts. All right. 5 volts there, and is there any way to grab ground easily? This is ground. Now I'll just clip these together. I'll clip these together. All right, here we go. Ground and plus 5. Or plus 7. We're putting in plus 7. Uh-oh, there we go. System initialized, please wait. It's working. Yeah, we're getting 5 volts out of that test pin. Please wait. Okay, I'm waiting. This is annoying having to hold this on there. I think I'll put some I'll solder some little loops on here so I can clip these on. Oh man, is that on camera? I can't even tell. Oh, there we go. System. I let go of it. Let me solder on a little bit of wire here so I can clip my leads to it. All right, I've soldered on a couple loops here so I can clip on my power and ground easily. So I won't be in the way. I don't have to hold them there. So here comes 7 volts. Makes a beep. Well, it's been about a minute and it's not doing anything, so I think it's waiting for some serial data or something on the on these 2 pins here. They look like they might be serial data, and there's another one here. Might be some serial data on this connector as well. So I don't know. But what I do know is that the display works, and it is what I thought it was, a really nice 2-line vacuum fluorescent dot matrix display, a really nice one. So I'm excited about that. So really what I want to do is I want to figure out how to talk to the display, and I think that will be easy. I think it's a standard pinout. So I've done that before. I've got a video on that. And there's a connector here to the front panel, so that's all the switches. So somehow the switches are encoded. There's some kind of a matrix scanning that's done on the switches, and they come in on this connector here. So if I can figure out how that's wired, and I know how that's wired, then I have a keyboard and a display, and I can hack in an Arduino and be good. Yeah. Looks like there's, like I said, a UV prom here, and another little part there, which I'm not quite sure what that one is. And let's see, this one I can read a part number on it. It's a 75176. So it's like a serial line driver. So that would make sense. This probably talks, like I said, this talks to another board. Yeah, it's never going to initialize, I don't think. And then there are some boards underneath, and they are actually surface mount on the board. That's kind of interesting. They might just be I/O. I/O, or yeah, they look smaller parts. They look like I/O maybe. I can't read the part numbers on them because they're underneath this thing. I'd have to take that off. Anyway, yeah, let's turn it on again just so we can see the display. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Yeah, that'll be nice having a 2-line display. All right. Anyway, so okay, so I think my $20 is okay. I don't think I threw my $20 away. That's good. So put this back together, put it on the shelf. Waiting for a project. Waiting for a project. I have too many projects. So I think what I'm going to do today is play with those inductors that I just got, and see if those little ones would work. So they're pretty cool.